So why we started this initiative was because we saw that there was a lack of sports infrastructure in Nepal, and lack of physical activity which was impacting children, because these days there is a lot of pressure of studying for the children, and it's important that while studying that they also get involved in physical activities, they play sports, and we all know that sports is very, very important for our health, and especially for children because they are in their growing age. So we saw that there was actually a need, and as Mark just told you all, that InDrive is all about challenging injustice. So we saw that there was this injustice in this field. There was a need of having something in the sports field. So hence we came up with this. Initiative. So we launched InDrive. We launched this Rights for Goal to support the children of Kathmandu, and so this whole campaign was basically in the month of May, from 1st to 31st. We were encouraging people to take more rides, because every ride that people took, irrespective of whether it was a motor ride or a cab ride, so 10% of every third ride was the amount that we were collecting, and we finally used that money to build the sports infrastructure in 2 schools. So basically this initiative was to empower schools with underutilized spaces, and they had a lot of students where we could use their spaces and create a sports ground for them. So we collected the money that we received in the whole month of whole month of May, and then basically we renovated and improved the playground structure, and we also distributed sports kits to the children. So now, as we all know, there are many schools in Gurgaon, right? Many schools in Kathmandu. So in all these schools, our team was there. They did a research. Sorry for Gurgaon, I'm based in Gurgaon, so it came out of my mouth. So we did a lot of research. 20 schools we went through. Our team was there. We visited 20 schools. And out of 20 schools, we shortlisted only 2, which we could just do it for this first initiative. And we might come up with more such initiatives in future. So one of the schools that we selected for this initiative is Unique Model School. And it's located in Kathmandu. It's represented by Mr. Bhakta Lamba, the chairman, who's with us today. Unique School, in this school, we constructed a basketball court and a badminton court. So in the video which you saw right now before I started, it was the Unique School. And the other school was Milestone Youth English School. So we've created a football ground there. And it's represented by Mr. Dinesh Bhattaria, but he couldn't be there today due to a family emergency. But this was our second school that we shortlisted. And just before I end, this whole campaign of for goals, we could just execute it was only because of people of Kathmandu, because they genuinely took a lot of rides. We also saw that, our rides really grew in this month, because we were informing the people about this initiative, and they did take a lot of rides. We are driver partners who ensured that, they could take multiple rides during this 1 month. And also our influencers who were there supporting us in this campaign to make sure that we could, create the awareness about this campaign. And hence, so today successfully, one of our school is ready. The second school will be ready very soon.
Globally, across the 48 markets that we operate in, we have an average take rate of 10%. And that means that drivers get to keep 90% of every fare. And that's a tremendous amount of money in their pockets when we look at some other players in other countries where that can go up to 30-35% where they have to pay. I'm really proud of these 3 elements, which has got us to where we are today, which is the #1 ride-hailing app in Nepal. So, as I mentioned earlier, 48 countries, and that continues to grow. We'll be in a lot more this year. Our app downloads are just under 300 million, and that's a tremendous feat so far. Our headcount, so for the size of our business, actually 3,000 isn't a huge amount, but we've got quite a strong team of 3,000 that continues to grow in our markets. And we've raised just over $500 million in funds to help us get to where we are today as well. But the really important thing here, and I hope everyone takes notice on this app. We are the second most downloaded ride-hailing application globally, right? And you've got some fantastic royalty on here, and top 5 in the travel application. So, we're 12 years old as a business, so still relatively new, and we continue to grow. But to be where we are today, I think there's 3 big thanks that we have to do. One is to our team here, our team globally. The second one is to our driver partners. They do tremendously well to take our passengers from point A to point B every day, and to you guys, the passengers, as well. Again, thank you always for choosing us, and we hope we continue to grow here in Nepal. And just a little bit further on this, ride-hailing is our core business. However, we've got actually about 7 or 8 different services. We have 3 in Nepal, right? We've got our delivery courier service, so short spurts of rides where you can take parcels, and we'll look to build that out further this year and beyond. And then city to city, so you can go from one city to another, and you can use our service as well. And this is probably one of the most important slides I always present. It's why InDrive exists, right? And we exist to challenge injustice. Now, injustice comes in a couple of different forms. We do it on the ride-hailing part by challenging unethical, unfair pricing, and that's pricing to the passengers and the commissions that our drivers pay as well. And we tackle that relatively well in all of our markets, and we'll continue to make sure that that stays the lowest that we can possibly keep it. And then we have our social injustice. And this comes to what we're really doing here today on the Rise for Goals, right? So where there's a social injustice on perhaps areas and people who don't have access to some things that we take for granted in our everyday lives. And when we put those 2 together, we have this global mission to positively impact 1 billion lives by 2030. And we're about a quarter of the way there. And we've got just over 5 years to achieve that. And at this rate, we'll start to see this nice exponential curve over the coming years. And just to maybe double click on this, again, our fair and transparent pricing model. So where the driver and the passenger can mutually agree upon a fare. And then, of course, they have the option to choose that fare, choose that driver, or the driver has the option to choose that passenger. And then I'll probably just land on the next 2 slides on safety, right? It's something perhaps we should talk about more, right? But we do it tremendously well, again, in all of our markets. This is just the list of some of the safety features that we operate in. You certainly don't need to read through all of them, but it starts from the driver onboarding, where we've got quite a rigorous driver verification system. In fact, one of the most rigorous globally in all of our markets. Our choose your driver passenger model. Again, there's an element of safety enhancement there as well, where you can see the ratings and of both the passenger and driver and choose whether or not you think that's going to be the right fit. The safety button. So if you go into the apps, you'll see the shield. And that shield will kind of give you access to a wider choice of safety options. One of those is the safety button. In there, you can also share your ride with your loved ones, your friends, your family, so they can track it real time. And then what's important about our safety aspect is that it's not just upon drivers or passengers or even InDrive, right? There's a collaboration between the 3 of us, right? And collectively, when we ensure that we equip the passengers with the best safety tools, and the drivers with the best safety tools, and as an overarching business, we can make sure that the platform allows for that. I think collectively we can continue to enhance the overall safety of the mobility sector, and not just for InDrive. And then if we talk specifically about Nepal as well, recently we launched our insurance for both passengers and drivers. We launched it with Salico, and this has been quite well received. And it's a really important thing that the local team have done here to find one of the best insurance partners that we can work with, to ensure that every journey that you take has the coverage that's required, should the need be there. And again, that's for both passengers and drivers. And I'm really excited with this one because we'll continue to evolve and improve what we offer from an insurance basis as well. And then finally, this is as of yesterday. So this is something we've been excited about, working hard about for a long time. Again, the local team, Sunita, Rita, and folks have been working tirelessly to get this office open. Rita said it well the other day. We've heard you. We know this office has been needed. We certainly didn't want to rush it. We didn't just want to find somewhere that didn't make sense. And we've done a really good job, and thanks to those of you who were able to make it yesterday. But this one is the right milestone for us, and this will help serve the whole of Kathmandu and beyond. It's open for drivers, it's open for passengers, right? So please, if in doubt, please reach out, or now you can come and visit us at the office as well. And with that being said, I'm going to pass over to my lovely assistant, my lovely co-worker, and she's going to talk about Rise for Goals, which is really why we're here today. So please, a big round of applause for Pavitt coming off. Thank you.
आदरणीय दाजुभाइ तथा दिदीबहिनीहरुमा सर्वप्रथम मेरो विद्यालय युनिक मोडलको तर्फबाट र मेरो व्यक्तिगत तर्फबाट यहाँहरुलाई हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु र यो इनड्राइभ टिमले हाम्रो यस विद्यालयलाई युनिक मोडल विद्यालयलाई जुन स्पोर्ट्समा सपोर्ट गर्नुभयो त्यसको लागि हामी युनिक मोडल टिमबाट यहाँहरुलाई आभार व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छौं एकदमै थ्यांक यू भन्न चाहन्छौं किन भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो विद्यालयमा प्लेग्राउन्ड हुँदै पनि हामीले त्यस्ता खेलकुदका सपोर्टहरु भइरहेको थिएन जुन सपोर्टलाई यहाँहरुले यो इनड्राइभ टिमले हामीलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुभयो जसबाट त्यहाँ बास्केटबल कोर्ट त्यस्तै गरी ब्याडमिन्टन कोर्ट जुन रेनोभेसन र स्पोर्ट्सका सामग्रीहरु हामीलाई वितरण गर्नुभयो यहाँहरुप्रति हामी धेरै आभार व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छौं भित्र हृदयदेखि चाहिँ एकदमै थ्यांक यू भन्न चाहन्छौं वास्तविक रूपमा भन्ने हो भने यो भन्दा अगाडि पनि हामीले यस्ता यो इनड्राइभ युज गर्ने क्रममा हामी पठाउ मात्रै भन्थ्यौं जुन आज इनड्राइभ चाहिँ सबैको मनमा छाएको छ इनड्राइभले साच्चै नै एउटा एकदमै भित्र पुण्यको काम गरिरहेको छ जसले गर्दामा जुन बालबालिकाहरुका मानसिक शारीरिकदेखि सबै कुराहरुमा विकास गर्नको लागि जुन साथ र सपोर्ट गर्नुभएको छ यहाँहरुले यो अझै निरन्तरता दिनुहुनेछ हामी लगायत अन्य स्कुल्सहरुमा पनि यहाँहरुको सपोर्ट रहनेछ र भविष्यमा पनि अझ यहाँहरुसँग हामी एकदमै सहकार्य गरेर अगाडि बढ्ने छौं भन्दै यहाँहरुलाई पुनः एकपल्ट इनड्राइभ टिमलाई भेरी थ्यांक भन्दै थ्यांक यू सो मच भन्दै यहाँबाट बिदा हुन चाहन्छु धन्यवाद